I made an ad recently on Craigslist for free mechanic work for the needy, and I got this inspiration from Matthew Parker, who's also a content mechanic creator. I really love what he's doing, helping out people who really need it, and I figured it'd be a great way for me to give back to my community here on Maui. It's a family that had listed it on Facebook. They didn't even see my ad. They listed it on Facebook, and I reached out because they were trying to give it away for free. They said they had to like leave their house or something like this. They wanted their deposit back, but the car had to be gone. They can't deal with it, so they were trying to give away a truck for free. And I said, hey, you know, let me come out there and see if I can get it running for you. It's gonna be a beautiful drive. I'll sit you guys on the dash, and we'll see you when we get there. Hi, I'm Parker.
Hi, Parker.
How's it?
Hey, thank you
Nice
so
to meet
much.
you. Yeah, no worries.
I'm gonna go pick
How's
up
it?
my
Parker. Yeah, aloha. Cool. So yeah, what's the word? You did it die all of a sudden? What happened?
So she pulled it in the driveway the one day forward, and
Yeah.
it just wouldn't start the next time.
Yeah.
And then
So was
landlord made
driving,
me-
drove it in, parked it,
Yeah.
wouldn't start.
And then I rolled it out because we were gonna put this thing in the driveway,
Yeah.
and this thing started out there was flat.
Yeah.
And
I've seen
then-
that before where the
yeah.
gas just can't get in.
And then we pulled it in backwards like this. I thought I was gonna be able to just charge the battery. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna work great.
Okay.
Put the battery in it. This one I don't think works, but this one should.
I've got a jumper and some cables too, so if we
This
need.
one did charge and it did maintain.
Okay.
So that one should probably go in. I just didn't have a wrench or anything. I didn't have shit
Minor.
here.
That's minor. You drove it into the spot that it's in.
Yeah, it's in the spot that it drove and
Okay,
backed
so
up,
let's
and then
put-
it sputtered and kind of died.
All right. And it's reading gas in the tank.
Yeah, a little bit.
The quickest test is we put that battery in there,
Yeah.
and then I've got a little bit of we can spritz into the
Flavor.
engine, and if it fires up, you've got a fuel delivery.
Awesome.
And honestly, like with my truck here, we could just let it neutral roll into the flat and see if that changes anything,
You're
and we can
absolutely
drag it
welcome
around
to.
if
I got
need
a
to.
little kid inside the house. I'm
Okay.
still doing some stuff, but you're more than welcome. to
Let me.
anything
I'll
you
tinker
like.
with it. You don't need to do anything.
Yeah,
I'll,
the keys? Yeah, cool.
yeah, keys are
All right.
there, so
Dude, thank you.
yeah,
very
no
much.
worries, man.
Appreciate
We'll
you
see what we
so
can
much.
do. Yeah.
I'm gonna go pack up the rest of my little tiny stuff.
Shoots, bro. Okay. Well, hopefully this is a simple one. I mean, let's just start testing stuff and throw some ether down the app and see if it barks off. .36. That ain't gonna do it. 12.6. Okay. Yeah, let's put this one in. If this thing just needs a battery and to be flat, it's gonna be so fun. All right, fresh battery installed. Well, let's just turn the key and see if we've got crank. Ooh. Let's put the jumper on it. Oh, yep. Okay, I see fuel at the rail. Cycle the key for some fuel pressure. Runs cherry. Let's see if it's charging. Yeah, it's charging. Let's make sure it's got oil pressure. I don't see any water in there. I'm gonna bring it out into the flat really quick. Spin around the block. Oh, it's dying. Oh, it died. Uh-oh. Maybe that's a sign. BRB. Luckily I didn't go too far. It's not happy. Oh, it's just out of gas maybe? It is not happy. Yeah. Oh man, shouldn't have moved it. It's got fuel. It literally says crank position sensor goes bad right there on a sign. Could probably just get a crank position sensor and put it in, since it literally says that right there. But I need my code reader now to see if that's actually what's going on if I plug into it. I just feel bad that I got stranded. I'm kind of blocking a little road. Hopefully no one needs to leave right now. It says fuel pump secondary circuit high. Stuck fuel pump relay is the most common cause. Hello. I got it running, and then I was like, oh, it's running cherry, and then literally drove to here, turned around, and it died right here, so. All right, let's check the fuel pump power stuff. I watched a YouTube video on this unit's fuel pump system before coming down here in preparation. So let me just quick reference the photos as to which ones we're looking at. And of course, this is a different fuse box. Of course, it's a 2001. Keep tinkering, I'll shoot you guys ASAP.
Dude, right on.
Thanks for that. Sorry about
Thank you so much.
getting it to a tough spot, but hopefully we'll get it fixed up. Yeah. All right, back to diagnosing here. All right, instead of filming for half an hour in the heat, I'm just gonna do as much diagnostic as I can and then get back to you guys and show you what I found. First thing I wanna do is swap a good relay in. I found out that this is the fuel pump relay. So I'm gonna switch it with the headlight relay and see if that has any change. The main fuse is good there. I checked the immobilizer, push that button there. If this doesn't work, then I'll start checking for power at some more places, but let's just start with a new fuel pump relay. See how this does. Okay, in order to double check that we actually have a fuel issue and it's not some of the other sensors, like a crank position sensor or something like that, that is causing a no spark or anything like that, I'm just gonna pop open the intake here. We're gonna throttle open, carb clean in. Now we're gonna give it a crank and see if anything changes in the running. Confirmed. Fuel delivery issue. Let's check and make sure that we have power to the pump. So far, I think we do have power through this main distribution box. We might have to pull the electrical connection off the top of the tank and make sure we have power at the pump there. And if there's power at the pump there, it needs a fuel pump. So yeah, I'm not able to do that on the street right here, right now, but let's just double check and make sure it's getting power. We could even force power to it and see if it'll run, stuff like that. It's funny that it ran in the driveway and then just quit, so it might just be on its way out, or it could be a loose connection. We'll find out. Well, from the wiring diagram that I saw, power would go through the whole power distribution box and it would get to this inertia switch, which is pushed down, and we would have power through to these two wires, which we do. So this pink and black would otherwise be grounded out, but it's good. So I'm gonna look at the pink and black back at the fuel tank, which might be a little bit hard to get to, but we're gonna make sure it's getting to there, and if there's power at the pump, it's just a bad fuel pump, unfortunately. I took a jump pack and I got underneath where the fuel pump connection is, and I hooked up power to my tester and stabbed it into the line that powers the pump, and I can hear the pump running. I can put power to it. Let me see if now that I've cycled it, if it came back to life. So let's see if doing any of that helps and see if we can. I'm just gonna go key on. I don't hear it. Try crank. runs now. Pump works, it's just not getting consistent power. It's odd. I'm gonna hook 12 volts directly up to the pump and then crank it and see what we get. The fuel pump is tired. Check this out. I got under here, I wired it all up. Now I can put power to the fuel pump using this little toggle switch right here. And whenever I do that, it's pretty intermittent with, see if you can hear it. I might have to smack it. All right, so if I turn the switch, the pump should run. Right now it's not. But if I give it a little knock, you can, you hear that? So it'll do it. Off, on, off, on. It'll do it. It just seems like there's an electrical connection that's gone bad in the tank. See? Now it's not doing it. Back on. There's a loose connection in the tank. That means tank out. Pump rewired, new pump in. Tough. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that here right now, but it's diagnosed and I think I could probably drive it over there, especially if I get it to go on one of them, give it a smack and then go. Yeah, so she needs fuel pump.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, you got to drop the tank. What I think is happening is inside the tank, like where the wiring is going into the tank and then connecting to the pump, like the two wires connected to the pump, I think those are corroded or breaking loose and they're like holding on by a thread. Right, yeah. And like if you bump it, it'll be like two threads, 3 threads, and all of a sudden it'll start to power and stuff like that. So that's why I was able to fire it over there, and then when it got jostled going over this bump, pow, like lost its connection. So yeah, I don't know what you want to do with that information, but
dude, I really appreciate you trying.
A lot of diagnostics, not a lot of full solves, but hey, we definitely let that guy know exactly what was going on with his truck so that he could tell whoever he's going to sell it to or trade it for or give it to exactly what's going on. He didn't want to wait around to have the fuel pump go in. It's not something that I have on hand or could do today anyway. So we did what we could, and that's that.